Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the ROM Hack Final Facelift for Final Fantasy I, Part 4. I didn't actually think I would get this far into a Let's Play, that is. I thought I would give up after the first one or two, but this actually isn't that hard. I mean, I thought it would take forever to do editing and uploading each video to YouTube, but it's a lot faster than it used to be. I remember it used to take hours for the shortest of videos. Anyway, like usual, I've gotten things wrong. I've made so many goddamn mistakes that I'm ashamed to call myself a master of this game. So, I mentioned before that a lot of the spells in this game were bugged. Turns out, only 6 of them are. And I'm going to go down the list. I have the whole list right in front of me. First one is Temper. You know, that one that I just bought in Provoca that I said was going to be so useful. It's not going to be useful at all. It's super useful in the PSP version, but it's useless here. It doesn't do anything. The next one is Saber. Saber is a spell that I never really used. It's a black magic spell, a really high level one, that significantly increases the attack strength of the caster. So generally only the black mage can use it. Unless you find a magic item that can cast it, which I don't think is in the NES version. So, unless you want the black mage to be a decent contributor to melee combat, which generally won't come up, Saber is a useless spell anyways. It makes perfect sense that it doesn't work. The next one on the list is Dispel, which in the NES version is called Exfer. I don't really know what that could possibly mean. Maybe it's crossfer or transfer, I don't know. It's bugged so that it only works in the party. Normally it's supposed to remove buffs, but why would you only want to remove buffs on the party? Anyway, Focus and Fokara, which in the NES version are called Lock and Lock 2. Focus always misses, and Fokara actually increases the evasion of the enemy. What Focus is supposed to do, I think, is supposed to increase the target's accuracy. I don't remember, I never used it. And the last one is Heal Lara, which will be called Heal 2 in this. Its bug is actually beneficial to us. When Heal 2 is used in combat, it's as strong as Heal 3. That's amazing. So, that actually kind of offers a bit of strategy, you know, because it's like, do you wait until the combat is over before healing everybody, or do you give up turns in combat trying to get everyone healed up? Okay, next on this list, tents and cottages do save. In the second episode I talked about tents and cottages and how I said that they do save, and then I made a note at the bottom saying that they don't save. But it turns out they do save, so apparently the first time I looked that up after I recorded episode 2, the information I got was wrong, because tents and cottages actually come with a bug of their own. If you don't save, if you don't choose to save when you use a tent or cottage, your spell slots won't be restored. Why wouldn't anyone save? And the last mistake I made, the sliding puzzle that I showed you does give you money. It gives you a measly 100 gil, which is chump change. I mean, it's practically worthless. It's not worth going to the sliding puzzle every single time for 100 gil. It's much more worthwhile in the PSP version, where you can get like tens of thousands of gil and elixirs and free potions all the time. It's amazing. Anyway, I have not done any level grinding since the last time I played this game. So, we're in the exact same boat, no pun intended, as we were before. So, first thing we're going to do is we're actually not going to head straight to Elfheim. We're going to... Oh yeah, I never mentioned that. In this game it's called Elfland, but in all the remakes and the localized versions it's called Elfheim. Anyway, Another new sea enemy, pirates. The NES version called these things Kaizokus. It was spelled wrong, but Kaizoku is the Japanese word for pirate. So obviously it was supposed to be pirate. I don't know what the translators were thinking. Yeah, but like I said, we're not going to be going to Elfheim right away. There's another location that I want to show you. If I can survive the trip. Because goddamn, those pirates were much, much stronger than I figured they would be. Ooh, ambush. And here we are. This cave, which is southwest of that dock that I just landed at, this is Mount Duergar. And if you're a D&D fan, you know Duergar is the name of the Dark Dwarves. So, yet another... You see where I'm going with all this. Anyway. You see that little teeny strip of land right there? Currently, we can walk down it. We can go down and around and all that lovely stuff. That strip of land is what we need to destroy in order to get our ship out of the sea. If we walk south from there, we end up in the Western Keep, which is like this old abandoned castle. We'll be going there pretty soon. By the way, if you ever find yourself starting to get low on spell slots for healing, don't use them all up. Start using potions before they're all gone. Because spells are more useful in combat to heal than items are. So, get all of your items out of the way first and save your spells for combat. I kind of forgot I had sleep. I really should have been using it this whole time. Anyway, Mount Duergar. But yeah, if you spotted it just now, you would have seen that little patch of land disappeared when we got just a teeny bit too far away from it. Yeah, that's an indication that it's not going to be there all the time, it's just a sprite. Anyway, Dwarves! Hooray! Wait, why the hell are they saying hooray? Dwarves don't say hooray, they say lolly-ho! Or rally-ho, as they did in 9, but that's just a mistranslation. It's lolly-ho. Dwarves can see in the dark. Yes, they can, because dwarves have dark vision in D&D. With the crystal eye, even the blind can see. Ostos stole it from Matoya. Ah, so Ostos, whoever that is, stole the crystal eye from Matoya. 575 gil. Holy shit. Yeah. One thing I never mentioned in this game was that very, very quickly our money problems will be solved. By the time we defeat the first of the 4 fiends, we'll never hurt for money again. Did you meet Smith? Our blacksmith? He's the smithy, he is. That's what they say in the remake. Even with the crystal eye... Oh, okay. You said the same thing as the other guy. The O bracelet can protect you like armor. Okay, I don't know what the ROM hacker was thinking with that one. But, mages get bracers, which are basically like their version of shields. They can still get their own... No, wait, no, I think those replace armor. I think they take up the armor slot. I forget exactly how it all works, but, more dwarves. Most of them are pretty much just... Oh, that sound? Nerek is digging a canal. Okay, we don't hear anything, except the music, but in the remakes, you can hear the sound of a pickaxe working away, chipping away at stone. That's Nerek. He's one of the dwarves, obviously. I'm looking for the floater. I'll bet with it I could float anything. In the remakes, the floater is called the Leverstone. We'll be finding that later. Fuck you. You call yourself a dwarf? You're supposed to say lolly-ho. And this is Smith, the smithy. For the light warriors, I will make a truly legendary sword. However, my supply of adamant is exhausted. Adamant is just shortened. Obviously, it's supposed to be adamantine. The earth is rotting slowly from the west. Ah, that's a clue. It means that the earth crystal is to the west. And that'll be our immediate destination once we're free from the Audian Sea. And you go all the way south. All the way south. And down here is Nerek. A rock blocks construction of my canal. If only I had TNT. Yep. Right here. This spot right here is that spot that I just showed you on the road map that's gonna get blown up. Yeah, so Nerek is actually in the process of building that canal. Or making it. You can't really build a hole. The more you take away from it, the bigger it gets. Yeah, but in the remakes, the TNT is called nitro powder. Oh, I'd say that trip was worth it. I got a holy shit ton of money. But it'll all be gone very soon. Anyway, give me a minute while I get back to the ship. Ooh, new enemy. Oh, one of our characters just got poisoned. Now, I forget exactly how poison works. He just took a little bit of damage at the end of the round. I mean, usually that's how poison works in turn-based RPGs, is at the end of a round, any characters that are poisoned take a percentage of their health and damage. Or fixed damage. It looks like Dune just took 1 damage, so maybe it's just 1 in this. In a lot of games it's like 1/10 or 1/16 of your max health. But it doesn't seem to be that big of a deal. And as soon as the fight is over, I can cure it with the pure potion. Yeah, it seems to be 1. But you know what? I'm not gonna waste a pure potion if it's that weak. I'll just wait until I get to the end, unless the end doesn't get rid of poison. Ooh, level up! Zash, Dune... Zash and Dune are level 6. Ooh! Oh, do you hear that? Oh, that sound it makes when you walk, when you're poisoned. At least it doesn't make that sound at sea. But is my health still being drained? Oh, look at that. It puts the fighters in the bottom because they're poisoned. I thought it only did that if they were dead. Let's see, 79. Oh, no. Apparently they're immune to poison at sea. Weird. Anyway. It's just 1 shark. I shouldn't have any problem against 1 shark. Now if it was a shark and 6 Sahagin, then I might run away. Uh-oh. Come on, kill it already. Someone gonna die. I can see it now. Come on, kill the flying shark. There we go. And Sherma levels. Yay, now everyone's level 6 except Chroma. Because he keeps dying, because he's a squishy mage. Ugh, come on. Gotta get to the end. Okay. There to go. Yes, please. God damn it. Okay, I guess we have to use pure potions to get rid of poison. Which means I gotta go buy more now. Okay, that's good. I really wish it wouldn't rearrange the party. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. I mean, I get the idea is supposed to be that weaker characters are put in the back row automatically so that they don't die. But poison and blind and shit aren't that big of a deal. So, next we head straight south. South across the vast, wide ocean. Then we go west a little bit. Speak of the devil. Soon, Chroma will actually be useful. And then he won't be a burden anymore. Alright. Let's see. B and select. Yep. Okay. We are now on the southern half of the southern continent. This whole center region is Elfheim, land of the elves. There are new enemies down here, like I think ogre mages appear down here, and giant spiders and shit. This is going to be my level grinding spot for quite a bit between episodes, and it should be the last time I had to do any significant level grinding before I am finally ready to take on the rest of the game. So, first thing we're going to do is explore the town. Elves, save our prince! Yeah, one very odd thing about elves in the Final Fantasy series is that most of the time, regular elves don't exist. I mean, this game kinda has regular dwarves, even though the sprites still have like the blackened faces with the glowing eyes, like black mages. And that's the kind of dwarf that most of the series tends to have, except for 9 and the remakes of 1. But as for elves, the next time we had elves was in 11, and they were called Elvon and were completely different. Then we had elves in 14, and they were called the Ellison. We haven't had regular elves since Final Fantasy 1, except in Final Fantasy Dimensions, I think. And maybe they were in Final Fantasy the 4 Heroes of Light, I don't remember. But, I'm gonna stop at the end. 100 gil? Yeah, later on in the game, if you can help it, try to sleep at places that are either free or cheap, like Cornelia. So let's see what they got at the weapon shop. Hello, non-elf weapon salesman. Iron Nunchaku, don't have a monk. Large knife. Oh, it's an upgrade for the black mage. Iron staff. I don't know. Saber and a silver knife. That's a knife, isn't it? No, that's a sword. That's the knife sprite. Whew, the silver sword costs 4,000 gil. One thing I want to mention about the silver equipment in this game is that in the remakes it was all changed to mithril. So I'm wondering if silver and mithril are supposed to be the same thing, or if it was just a retcon. Or maybe it was actually silver in the original Final Fantasy 1. Because this is getting super off topic. In Dissidia, Garland has an alternate costume that changes all of his armor to like a whiter, light bluish color. Well, mostly white with some silver and blue highlights. And I always assumed that it was him equipping a full suit of silver. Like, of what would eventually become a full suit of Mithril in the remakes. But that's a stretch anyway. We have 2 more magic shops. This town actually has 4 magic shops. It has the level 3 shops for black and white magic, and the level 4 shops for black and white magic. So like I said, we're going to be spending a lot of time here grinding and earning money and saving up for all of these amazing spells. Like the first spells for Chroma that will actually do damage to things. Now, let's see. Lock 2, like I said, is bugged, doesn't work. Hold, I think, is a paralyzing spell. I don't think that targets groups though, so it's not as useful as it sounds. For now, I'm going to buy Chroma a much needed power bonus. Bolt 2. I'm going to focus on lightning spells for him this time around. Man, that was expensive. Oh, there's the temple down there in case any of our characters die while training, which they will. Ah, and here's yet another Easter egg that I want to show off. See, this is a grave. This is a grave, and here lies Erdrick. And if you've played the original Dragon Warrior or any of its first, either of its first 2 sequels, you should know who Erdrick is. I mean, in the Japanese version, he was called Loto or Roto, however you want to believe that it's localized, but in America, he was called Erdrick, and he was the hero of legend. So, Dragon Warrior came out before this game, so I'm guessing that this is supposed to be like poking fun at him. He's saying Erdrick died, and he was buried in Elfheim for some reason, even though he wasn't an elf. But yeah, in the remakes of this game, it no longer says here lies Erdrick. I'm guessing that they wanted to make it an elf, like an elf rival video game protagonist, so they changed it to here lies Link. They're so goddamn silly. Anyway, white magic. Cure 2. Heal, which is amazing. Heal is like a weak cure that works in the entire party. Null Fire and Diara. Harm 2. We'll be needing this, and this. So that's 4,500 gil that we'll be spending on level 3 spells alone, just for Sherma. We have a lot to do. Well, I have a lot to do. But if you're playing along, then we have a lot to do, yeah. Our prince was to become the king of Elfland. Yeah, that's what princes do. They grow up and they become king, or they die first. Long ago, I wandered to the northwest. I found an ancient castle that was so spooky I left immediately. Yeah, that's talking about the western keep I pointed out before. Swords and armor made of silver are very powerful. Alright, level 4 white magic shop where everything costs 4,000 gil. Pure, which is like an antidote, only in spell form. Fear? Fear just makes enemies run away, but why would you want that when you can just kill them? It's not like D&D. You don't get experience for enemies that run away. It gives you experience for enemies that you kill. It's very cold-hearted about that, actually. Null Cold, or Null Blizzard, whatever it's called in the new versions. Null Frost, that's it. And Null Silence? No, wait, no, that probably just cures silence. Probably. I'm not entirely certain. Well, if you only had the one mage in your party, that would be such a useless spell. Because you can only cast it on yourself and you can't cast it when silenced. The prince must wake soon or the dark elf will dominate. The dark elf will dominate, huh? Yep, so apparently these elves are being harassed by some dark elves. They say the dark elf like there's only one, but it's actually an entire race. And guess what? This game, and Final Fantasy IV to a smaller extent, are the only games in the series to have dark elves. But they don't call them Drow, because they are significantly different. However, they do have some similarities. They do have bluish-gray skin, and they live underground. So, more parallels. Anyway, Black Magic, the level 4 variety. Blizzara, which we won't need. Haste, which we will need, especially since it works. Sleep 2, which... Sleep 1 does affect the whole group, but Sleep 2 has a higher chance of success, I assume. So, for him, we'll just be getting Sleep 2 and Haste. Muddle... I'm not gonna bother with it. Muddle, I think, is a confusion spell. But why would you confuse an enemy when you can just kill it? The same spell slot. The prince must wake soon or the power of the dark elf... Oh, you said the same exact thing. Okay. What new items do they have? Cure potions, pure potions... Oh, softs. Softs are an item that cure petrification. I don't remember if petrification is going to be a problem in the near future. Ostos wears a disguise and lurks in seclusion. So what you're saying is that if we ran into Ostos, we might not know right away if it was him. Yeah. Armor shop. What do they got here? Iron armor again, so we don't have to go back to Provoker for that. Copper bracer. That we can buy for the mages. Iron shields, which are an upgrade from our wooden shields. Leather helms and copper helms. Yes, I'll be taking care of all of the grinding and farming and shopping and all of that stuff off screen, so that you guys aren't subjected to it. And I'm getting super over time, but I just want to show off the castle first. Ostos put the prince to sleep. Please save him. Same thing. Without warning, Ostos attacked our castle. Our prince was laid under a curse and our treasury ransacked. For 5 years, the prince has slept under Ostos' spell. Only herb can wake him. Any herb? I mean, I'm pretty sure we can go out and find literally any herb. But yeah, in the remakes they changed it to Jolt Tonic. You know, make it a more specific, more spectacular sounding item. The Cave of Dwarf, you mean Mount Duergar, is at the west end of the Aldi Sea. You mean the Altian Sea? Yeah, I know, I'm being unfair. I mean, these names didn't exist at the time. Anyway, that room back there, I think is locked with the Mystic Key. Or it could be completely empty since supposedly Ostos ransacked the place. Let's go around. Check it out real quick. This treasure room is locked with the Mystic... Yeah, that's what I figured. Are you serious? Okay, that's where I'm going to stop it. Thank you all so much for watching. I have a lot of level grinding to do. Not really... okay, I've been using that word. It's not really level grinding. I mean, levels are what I will get as a result, but I'm mostly just doing this for money. I need to buy all this new gear, all these new spells, and a lot more healing items. So, if I was able to get money without leveling, I would do so, because I don't want to be too over-leveled. I don't want to give off the idea that this game requires tons and tons of level grinding in order to beat. It really doesn't. The only reason I was doing level grinding before is because I felt like it. I like a little bit of preemptive grinding, even in games that don't really need it. That's just me. But anyway, thank you again for watching. And I'll see you all next time.